Welcome back to the channel, YouTube. Today I'm metal detecting at what was once a one-room schoolhouse set over here. And this property also runs, that road out there in the distance is Lincoln Highway. Lincoln Highway was established in 1913, although the maps show that the schoolhouse was here as far back as 1880, maybe even earlier. Now, this house was added a lot later. My only hope is that nobody's detected here, or they haven't detected here for a while, and maybe my machine is better and can go deeper. I know that the property was torn down, or the schoolhouse was torn down sometimes in the late 60s, so we'll see. You never know. Everybody's always wanting to metal detect around old schoolhouses, at least in where I live, so that's all right. It's nice out. They might have missed something. It's always fun, and I appreciate you being here. And if you are liking the content, why not subscribe and hit like? I appreciate it. Well, that's an iffy tone. Even on the first iffy few signals, I like to see maybe what I'm working with. Excuse me. Interesting, there's a little bit of charcoal here. I think I can already tell that the schoolhouse sat right here. There's like a impression. It's raised up, but there's also an impression, so. Oh wow, I did not expect a coin. Are you kidding me? On my first plug, it's an Indian. Are you freaking kidding me? I did not expect that to be a copper coin. Not far from where I just dug that Indian. 29. It's an old piece of pottery or something here. Keep that. Something big piece of iron. No way! Wow, my first signal was a Indian head penny. My second signal was an axe head. My gosh, I'm not lugging that around all day. I'll just run that back to the truck. Can you believe it? Look at that, kind of hooks up. Huh. I love that. I have found, I think, a one or two axe heads before, but I haven't found one in a while, so that's fun. Give this one a go. An old fork. (1947) Roger and Bros. That was crazy. That was deep. Let's see. That was over, we're right around 8 inches deep. Consistent 25. A little windy. I'm gonna try to keep the camera to my back once I get the plug dug. I like seeing the brick, the orange brick from the schoolhouse in the plug. That's sweet. It's round. Jeez, is this like a little kid's ring? I think it is. I'm fairly sure, I don't know if you guys can see it, I'll put a close-up on the camera, that this is like a child's brass ring. Wow. 32. The last 30 signal in this area I dug was a fork. So maybe this will be the spoon. $32 still. See if I can just pop it out. Ooh, what is this? I think the neighbors are coming over, the owners of this property, kids. I'll have to look this up and see what we think this is. 35. Still 35. I see something poking out right here. Oh, it's a brass leaf. What would have this been from? Now that is some fancy. Look at that. I don't know. It's really heavy. I don't know if this was a... It almost looks like there might have been a pin back here, like someone's brooch, like a woman's brooch. 33. Nice little 33 signal. Then we'll get a button. About 4 or 5 inches down. In the clump. In the clump? Different clump. What do we got here? Another mystery item. Is this a toy cannon? Almost looks like the rim of a cannon. Maybe once I clean it up it'll be more obvious, but if I had to guess, it's lead. I think you kids play with lead toys back in the day. This certainly looks almost like a toy cannon. Alright, finally got a high tone here. In the 40s. A little windy here, so let me get the plug popped and I'll put my back to the wind for you. .48, I like that. All right, we're already at 6 inches deep. In the clump. What is it? Come on. Oh yeah, it's green. Dark green. Wow, look at that. I don't know if you guys can see how dark green. I don't think I've ever found one that dark green before. What does that mean? It's an Indian. 19. Hey! Just found an old penny.
Did you really?
Right out here.
That might be your area.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hunting, sir.
Thank you. 1907. Wow, I've never seen one that green. My gosh. Very cool. 1907. The school probably was still, I believe, being used at that time, if I remember right. So 1907, that was the homeowner I was yelling at right there, if that made it in the video. Yeah, man, I'm starting to think that this place has not been metal detected. That's my second Indian from the time when the schoolhouse would have been in use as a schoolhouse. Like I said, oh, I got excited. Thought I heard something else there. Well, as I said earlier, the schoolhouse was, you know, not torn down until 1950, but I believe they used them up into the 20s. $35. Now I'm right in the area where the schoolhouse originally sat, so there's a ton of iron and falsing going on. I have my iron filter, I think it's 6 right now. 32. Trying to cut through and see if, you know, someone probably, oh, what is this? Right there. That's unusual looking. Well, if I can figure out what this is, I'll put the name of it on there. If not, help me out, guys. What the heck did I find here? I think it's brass. Has like a 3 wings on it, center hole, and then this little hole here where you would probably put a set screw type deal in to hold something. So no idea. It's like a masked target, high tone. I do have my iron filter set kind of low, so I've been falsing on some nails. Oh, there's a brick or something. Piece of flagstone down there. $39.41 now. I'm curious if you guys were thinking, oh, this is gonna be total trash. What are you doing here? What do we got? A button? I don't know, it might be a button. Yeah, it's a button, I think. Well, it's got writing on it. Might not be a button, might be something else, but I can see some writing on it and some design. Design on the front, writing on the back. So C and F. I don't know. It's probably already on the screen. You guys will know before I do. Right beside that flagstone, tiny little button. Look at that. And I'm right where the schoolhouse was sitting, so there's just a ton of iron from when they tore it down. And I've dug some junk, some nails, and falsing on iron because I have my iron filter set kind of low. But those are the kind of things you're gonna miss if you don't. Here's another one. It doesn't sound great, but I'm assuming that it's masked. And for the most part, today I've been right on those. Of course, you're not gonna be 100% right all the time. Even Michael Jordan missed free throws. Hear that iron? All right, I'll get you back out if this is any good. Big iron square nail. Let's see if it sounds any different now. That might just be my shovel. Let's flip it back in. We'll swing the shovel before we stomp on it. Now that I got that big square nail out of the way, sounds way better, don't you think? Another square nail. Not giving up yet. Coin. Wheat penny. $19.10. So this is, I think wheat pennies were first minted in 1909, if I'm remembering right. 1910. So the schoolhouse would have still been here, and there was what, 2 square nails masking that. So yeah, awesome. All right guys, I'm calling it a day. I've put in 4 hours, give or take, of metal detecting, and I had my settings opened up pretty wide on my metal detector, so I was falsing on a few things more than I normally do, but I think it helped me find a few things that I would have probably missed normally. So over here is a bunch of trash bits, copper, hand slaw, that kind of thing. Some very heavy pieces of lead. This is just like crunched up old tin. I don't know if this is going to make the video, or if it did make the video, but I think this is part of a bracket to an old school desk that would have been in the one-room schoolhouse. The big axe head, some wire and little miscellaneous bits. This heavy piece of lead, which looks like it has a hole that goes down the middle, that I'm guessing is a kid's lead cannon toy. We'll see if it is or not. This mystery item, an old fork, potentially a ring, not sure. 1910 wheat penny, 1898 Indian head, 1907 Indian head. This, which I think might be a button, and at this point I can just see a little bit of writing on it, possibly, and possibly the figure of a bust looking that way. I don't know, maybe not. This little, what I believe is a button, it has writing, so at this point you know what it is. I'm thinking this was a brooch, and this piece here connected to this little nub that broke off, and maybe it would have slipped through something. I don't know. Maybe it's a mystery item. This is an old lid to a bottle, a couple old shotgun shells, heavy piece of fancy. It's got leaves on it. This also might have been a brooch. I don't know. We'll see. A couple pieces of old pottery and that box reed. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. The homeowner was here a couple times with his kids and said I'm welcome to come back, and I'm sure I will. I'll come back and try different settings and maybe my smaller coil head and see if that helps me get between some of the heavy iron signals. I was going for depth today and coverage because it's such a big area, and I'm sure I missed tons, so I probably will be back to this spot, and I'm glad I found it on the map. Actually, I don't know if I mentioned it yet, the homeowner didn't even know there was a schoolhouse in this spot until I pointed it out to them, and we had went to high school together. That's how we knew each other. Well, anyways, I appreciate it. If you made it all the way to the end, why not hit subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely hit like, even leave a comment. I appreciate it.